Okay, Demoniacal Fit, who is doing your names? Like, honestly, this is getting beyond a joke. Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking a look at Demoniacal Fit's, well, basically stealth dropped figure. This guy literally came out of nowhere. The legendary Berserker Shatter the Universe. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get that all in the title. Honestly, why? Why are we doing this? Just call him Legendary Berserker exclusive or something. I don't know. Yeah, this is a Broly as seen in, I think it was 2018's event exclusive version from Tamashii. This is basically just copying that colour scheme, which, yeah, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. Like, to me, the perfect version of this mould was the 2016 release. We had still the red sort of skirt piece, but we had the bright green hair. Now, I'll be honest, I did do some research before this video to make sure, but there are quite a few scenes in the movie in which his hair does look this colour, even though I really don't like it. Like, I really don't like how washed out it looks. But yeah, it's strange how Tamashii done this originally. Like, you can't really fault Demoniacal Fit for this. They just copied what Tamashii done. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, the purple is from movie 10, Broly's Second Coming, in which he fights Gohan and Goten and Videl and Trunks. Movie 8, which is supposedly what this guy is based off, is where he had the red sash, but he had the green hair. Whereas here, it's just green highlights, and here is where he's supposed to have the standard Super Saiyan sort of colour. It's slightly different from standard Super Saiyan, but it's far closer to that, as opposed to what we got in movie 8. So yeah, it's a bit strange how they done it. I think that the skin tones are slightly different, but I might just end up swapping the hairs round on these guys, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, please, Demoniacal Fit, please don't make me buy another Broly. I've already got the official one on pre-order, and now I've got two of yours. Don't copy the 2016 one, please. Please. For the love of my wallet, just don't do it. Yeah, I also have the TK, I think it's TK, it's either TK or DKO, hair sculpts specifically for this version of Broly. A lot of the third parties focused on Beast Deity's version. I've said before, didn't like that overall mould and it was too big for me. But yeah, they're making really nice heads, which the pack actually comes with 2 heads, so that works out pretty well for me. But yeah, just don't make me buy another one, please. Let's move on to the box, shall we? So yeah, I do apologise for being able to see like the edges of my review station. It's not very often I get a figure in this big, but yeah, obviously I do need a bigger backdrop for this, which is why I'm currently looking for a replacement one. If anyone has any pointers for that, please let me know. Also, forgot to say in the first part, link will be in the description if you wish to purchase this guy. El Surprise Toy Wholesale Store does have him. Obviously, he is released. He was a complete stealth drop. So yeah, he's in stock. I'll leave a link if you wish to buy him. But yeah, as for the box, again, just like the last few Demoniacal Fit releases, it came in a shipper, which is very, very much appreciated. Obviously, this does protect it quite well. I did have a viewer, unfortunately, say the shipper did not really protect their trunks when it got delivered. The delivery guy must have used it as a football or something, I don't know. But yeah, it does protect it to a point. Obviously, the seller still has to sort of protect the box, but yeah. Says down the bottom, case is used solely for the purpose of protecting product during shipment. Don't throw this out, even though they pretend it's worthless. A lot of collectors do really like when you have shipper boxes with your figures. But yeah, in terms of the box, it is slightly different to the standard one. Standard one is in storage now, so I can't compare them. But it's similar, but slightly different colour scheme. Now we have the black with a sort of almost magenta colour, I want to call it. It's not quite pink. I mean, it may very well be hot pink, but we're calling it magenta. Different picture on the front. Looks really nice. Again, Demoniacal Fit, as usual, copying Tamashi's event exclusive style boxes, which this time actually makes sense, because this is based off an exclusive. We have Legendary Berserker, Shatter the Universe, world's longest name there. On the side, another part of the name. So I was choking there. That was lovely. Apologies. Another image of him on this side. And on the back, we have some lovely image shots. And again, a nice little teaser for that version of Trunks. Which, yeah, I am not sure if Demoniacal Fit are just going to make a fourth version of the Trunks with the long hair and the vest, or if they're just expecting you to buy the Bojack one and the vest one to make that specific look for the character. And yeah, obviously, legalese, nice little blurb for Demoniacal Fit there. And yeah, again, Demoniacal Fit really needing to get their poses up to par. That one up the top looks quite awkward. This one looks okay. This one looks decent. But yeah, I am available, Demoniacal Fit, if you want to do poses. I'm not the best, but yeah, slightly better than what you're doing. But yeah, let's take a look at his accessories. So, in terms of what he comes with, exact same deal as with the first release, first colour scheme. Slightly different decals on the faces, but I will show that off when we get to them. So, from left to right, we have 3 sets of hands. We have the 3 key balls, which this time are done in a really nice, there's almost a sort of glitter-like shimmer being added to it, like a sort of spray. It's really nice. I notice it's also on the hair, and on like the gold this time. So yeah, really, really nice. And we also have the same unique sort of hand that we got with the first release, which is meant for the full power Super Saiyan Goku head. I'm not too fond of that hair, but at the same time, you're not going to see it if you use this. You're only going to see Broly holding him. But yeah, we have 3 faces here: stern face, smirk, and yelling face. Now, if we take the smirk in particular, right here, and we bring in the first version, yeah, you will see, come on, focus. There we go. Yeah, it's the faces in the background. There we go. Camera's trying to focus in the background. Yeah, the skin tone is ever so slightly different, but not really enough that you're going to notice. The sort of detail work around about the mouth and the under the eyes slightly lighter on the new one. Also, eyebrows are now green instead of the yellowish tinge to them. But yeah, apart from that, same faces. I have noticed the new ones almost have less of a matte coat to them, which is bizarre considering the actual event exclusive figure itself has more of a matte coat than the first release. But there you go. Really nice. I again have to applaud Demoniacal Fit for like tweaking these faces. The original Tamashii versions, they were not great, but these really captured Broly well. So much so that if you're fine with either this colour of the hair or the one that came with the first release, you don't really need a third party head. If you're getting the official, I would really recommend it because those faces ain't great. They really aren't. But yeah, we will show this off in a second on Goku. In fact, we'll leave it until I do the sort of weight test. I've done it with the original. And finally, we do get a nice stand. Unfortunately, it's still only coming with 2 arms. I would have liked at least 3 for the 3 key balls. He's got, but I do have a bit of an ingenious solution to that, which I will show off later. But yeah, 3 pairs of hands, pair of fists, pair of sort of grippy, clenched hands, and 2 full-on key blast hands. So yeah, decent array of accessories. Could it have done with more? Probably, but it's a clone of a very rare figure at this point, so yeah. Moving on to the figure itself. Okay, so just to show you, putting the faces on is quite easy. It's just as simple as 2 pegs, slot in like so. Of course, I'm putting in the smirk, because why wouldn't I? It's Broly. And the hair just pops on like so. I will say the sculpt of the hair this time seems a little bit sharper than the first release. I don't know if I actually brought that up during the review, but I did notice it. Yeah, if you notice as well, like I said, the gold on this guy has almost like a glitter through it, which is really nice. I like that. And also a sort of glittery sheen on the hair, which obviously didn't come up in promo pictures. Not sure if the official had that. But yeah, putting the hands on, it's just a big massive peg. It's not too reinforced though, which I'm a little bit worried about over time. I trust Demoniacal Fit's quality control and the plastic quality, but at the same time, these hands are tight. Yeah, I might actually drill those out a little later. But yeah, that is him reassembled, just like so. So yeah, really nice. There is a lot of shading and highlights to this guy, which I really appreciate. We've got loads of shading in all the grooves of the skin, like between all those muscles and things like that. Lots of nice shading there. Really nice purple shading on his skirt piece, and again some purple shading on his pants as well, which again really nice. Demoniacal Fit done an excellent job replicating this, they really did. And the shading of course extends to the back of the figure as well. Really nice. I do wish that the hair, I realise on camera it's coming up almost grey with the hair. It's not, it is a washed out green, almost like turquoise in colour, but it is a really nice colour. It's just my camera's white balance is going all over the place. I apologise. But yeah, I do wish the sort of lowlights in the middle of his hair. I wish that was the colour of the hair, just in general. It's a bit of a shame, even though it does match parts of the movie, but we won't talk about that because I don't like it. But yeah, overall, not really too much to say about it, to be honest. The detail work is really, really nice. There is I don't know if it's an issue. I'm kind of noticing it on the first release as well. But the skirt piece, this ball joint seems lower down than this ball joint, which means you can actually see the white through on one side, and you can see it a little bit on the other. But yeah, not so much. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe I can push it up at one point. I also think I'm going to have to disassemble it slightly, because I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, the camera's so far out here that I'm going past the light. I'm going to bring the light in. Yeah, you see that mark sort of at the top of his waist? I think there's excess sprue on the skirt piece, which is making it have a bigger gap than it really needs, which isn't present on the original one. So yeah, I'm thinking it may actually be excess sprue that's stopping this guy. I'll probably have to take that apart. Easy fix. Kind of a shame that it's happened at all, but yeah, it is what it is. Again, this is softer material, really nice all the way around. Makes it easier to maneuver than the original. It's a thicker rubber. It could have been doing with being a bit softer, but it's not terrible to deal with in any case. But yeah, overall details are really nice. I do like it, and yeah, I actually prefer the gold on this guy to the original as well. It's a much shinier gold, so yeah, do really appreciate it. Instead, in case of the articulation, not sure why I said instead. Articulation is standard for Broly 1.0. He's on a sort of strange, if I take the face off, you can see it's on a sort of double stem hinge system. Yeah, I don't know what Tamashii were thinking back in the day. Like, if you put him on a double ball peg, you would probably got more range than what this guy gets, but hey oh. You extend that up, and you can get him looking up that far. You can look down to about there before you start pushing the face out of the hair. You can get a little bit of pivot and swivel out of it. And obviously, if you want to get rid of all the gapping, you just push it down, and it looks really nice. A lot of people don't like these shoulders. I don't mind them. I think they're actually pretty good. They're really close to what Broly actually looks like in the film. He did have big bulbous shoulders after all. So yeah, that's a squeaky joint. It's not tight though. So you can get the swivel. You can kick up that much. Really nice. No butterfly joint to speak of, but you can push that up. It's actually on a sort of ball peg inside there. So if you do that, you can get a bit more range at the front. Bicep swivel. Double joint at the elbow, which, considering the size of his muscles, I'd say that's a pretty good range for the elbow. Ball peg at the wrist. We have a sort of, I think it's a hinge. You can sort of pop it out, up and out, and when you do that, you get that far forward. that far back, not too much. You do get a little bit of swivel at the waist, but mine's, again, probably because of that extra bit of plastic, is really tight. I can't really move it all that much, which is a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. These parts are all on hinges, so they can all flip out for some extra articulation. Legs are old school 1.0 drop down hips, which this one in particular is a little bit loose. I think that the same was true of the first release, which is a bit annoying, but yeah, you can kick up that far. He can kick back a little, but it's kind of restricted by the back piece. Push that back up. He does have thigh rotation, but the ball joint in there as well also moves, so you get double that. Double joint at the knee. I think this was like the very first time they just sculpted a knee completely. Before that, it was just like hollow, so this is almost like a 2.0 knee. I never noticed that before. No boot swivel, but we do have it down the bottom here. It's quite nice. We do have a ball hinge, so we can go down that much, up that much. Does have a bit of pivot, but that is kind of a tight squeaky joint there. Yeah, be a bit careful with that. And we do have toe articulation like so. So yeah, overall, for the size of him, he has pretty decent articulation, and which is why I have always stood by me saying that for a 1.0, Broly still holds up. Like, he strikes a mean pose. He can do some articulation. He's a little bit limited in others, but yeah, he does have quite a bit going for him despite his age. So yeah, if we move this guy off to the side, let's bring in the OG. And yeah, you can see the skin tone looks drastically different, but it actually isn't when you look at it. If you compare the hands, for example, there's very little difference there. The main difference really is the shading that they've used. The shading's quite warm on this guy. It's a bit sort of plain and dark on this one. But yeah, I like both of them equally. Like, I really love them. I have always been a massive fan of this mold, so to see it finally return after all these years is, yeah, it's quite something. It really is. But yeah, like I said before, I will probably end up putting this head onto this body, and I will maybe even customize it a little, because Second Coming Broly, he did have battle damage from when Goku punched him in the chest, which obviously isn't shown here. Even Beast Deities didn't bother doing it with their version, and they were making an entirely new sculpt. They could have. But yeah, I think I'll take some of the decals that I bought for the legendary Super Saiyan Goku and just put some scratches on him just to see how that looks. If you want a quick video of that, let me know in the comments and I'll show it off. But yeah, I love it. I really do. Let's get this guy back out the way. And first off, in the other part of the comparisons here, we have the key balls. So this is the one that comes with the new event exclusive variant. As you can see, really nice. There's some really nice sort of, I don't know what to call it. It's a glittery sort of effect that's on there. Really nice. This is the original one that came with it, just with a dot of highlight there, which is a bit bizarre. But yeah, I think the perfect version of these would be if it was still that colour scheme, but with this coating on it. Would have been really, really nice. I like it. Speaking of This is the sort of mod that I done. These are actually from the Legend Creation Dragon Ball Super Broly, the full power one. I didn't want to waste, or potentially waste, one of the Demoniacal Fit hands, so there we are. I took two stands that were no longer functioning. They had snapped at various points. Just took the tip of them, drilled a little hole into the hand, glued that in place, done it with both of them. This one has a shorter peg. I drilled it deeper in, unfortunately. This one I cut a little bit more off, just so I had a longer peg. This one works a lot better than this one, but they do still both function. If you're wondering what that function is, the 3mm peg is obviously the perfect size for his ki blasts. So yeah, now they don't move, and I don't have to use blue tack or anything. Quick little mod that you can do, as long as you get it in the right spot. Looks really nice, and you can finally have him firing them off as he should. Finally, before we go, let's do this strength test, shall we? So here is Daima. Any excuse these days to bring this guy back out, you bet I'll be doing it. So all that is, it actually looks as if it's literally just, yeah, it is. It's literally just the standard full power Super Saiyan hair, which they have made a specific hand to grip and then just glued it in place. It's that simple. So yeah, that pops on perfectly fine, like so. Get Goku into a nice pose. What side is it for? This side. There we go. So we pop this hand back off. I think what I'm better off doing actually is putting the hand into the wrist first. Bear with me. There we go. Sorted. And then we simply attach poor Goku. Nope, don't you pop off now. Pop that on. The hair is a nice tight fit. I do like that. Let's have him hold this. So his arms are still good enough to hold it. Excuse me. Can I get him into a stable enough pose though? There we go. Nice. Just push him back like so. And yeah, he holds them just fine. No need for a stand or anything. The bangs are tight enough on that head that it works just fine. Absolutely fine. Broly, you may need a stand for, but then that's why he comes with one. But yeah, still works just fine as is. So yeah, guys, as I said before, link will be in the description if you wish to purchase this guy from El Surprise Toy Wholesale Store. I do recommend them, especially if you don't have the first release that Demoniacal Fit did, but they are both still available, so I'll put both into the description if you wish to purchase that one either. I'll also put the head sculpts that I'm planning on getting in there, so you can have a wee look at them. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Will you be getting this guy? Are you all Broly'd out? Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And until next time, I'll see y'all later.